clear, boys. Say along with us.
Ready?
Catty fish.
All right.
That's a new term.
Yeah. All right, let's get it popping. All right, so we are back. We got a special interview going on today. Before we get into it, I want to give a quick shout out here to Trap House Connections.
It's not hey, you know, this is their second shout out, second appearance on the Wheel of Hip Hop podcast.
Oh, they're getting another one right now.
Remember when we did our live 420? The man blessed us. He blessed us there too.
Well, right now they hit me with some lemon cake. So
it's lemon cake.
We're gonna be smoking some of this.
And then yesterday we had the Doug for it.
The Dougie. You know what I'm saying?
Doug for it. It's his time now. A Dougie time now. You know.
But we got a special interview here with the champ is here.
The champ. The
champ is here.
The champ. The champ.
And we were saying even before off camera, like, man should have bought the crown.
Yeah, they would have been the icing on the cake.
I should just know.
You know what I'm
saying?
Just
keep it in the trunk, you know?
Exactly.
Just in case.
Like. Yeah, just one of those moments.
So, with no further ado, we got Stitch in the place, formerly known as Young Stitch.
Before I go to sleep, I say a prayer. Sounds corny, but fuck it, I was raised to be aware. Angels floating through the air to catch him slipping when he's scared. Gotta be a higher power, it's the only way it's fair.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Ooh, man, that's grown.
Yes.
You know?
Just no more Young, it's a Stitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've seen you kill it at the Connect the Dots. We've seen that show.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
off the
destroyed
train.
it.
Respect.
As well as the BT thing. What's your show prep like?
Show prep.
Yeah.
You know what? It's pretty simple. I go through my set like a one time. If there's something popping up that I don't feel like fully comfortable with, I'll go through it again a couple times. But then it's just usually it's a couple beers, one shot, and then I show up. Usually I'm on time to shows. Actually, I don't really dilly dally around, you know.
Okay.
And I get there. I like to watch a couple of the opening acts, even if it's from the background. And then I just go on stage and do my thing.
Definitely does this thing on stage.
Yeah. You got photographic memory? Do you think so?
I'd like to think so.
You remember a lot because you're not like a wavy rapper. Like you're a lyricist, right? So
yeah.
But you're and I'm gonna throw a big word out here, multisyllabic lyricist, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of fucking syllables, a lot of like words that go in that end out into punchlines, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just like, but there's no punchlines because you know there's that thing where people do that, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of like a run-on. Like they're not really leading up to anything. It's just
it sounds cool, but there ain't no fucking context or context.
Yeah.
Right? We're just gonna keep going and see how far we can get before we stop.
Yeah. How do you remember
Stop here,
that? Like, how do you, like, if you're doing like a BT freestyle, how do you store that rhyme in your brain?
You know what? Like a way I like to do it, like when I'm penning a verse, I like to, the way I write it is it sort of flows into each other. Like I'll rhyme a couple of bars and then like the end bar, and then maybe I'll throw in that end bar rhyme into the beginning of the next bar, so that when I start a new scheme there, at least I know that bar is now going into that, and I sort of try to kind of puzzle it all together. Yeah, some people like will jot a bar down here and there, jot a bar down here and there. I don't really write like that. Like when I start something, I kind of write it start to finish. That's sort of how I do it.
Okay.
What do you prefer though, the beat or just like you write and then you go on the beat, or you have the beat? Like,
I'm a beat guy. I always go off the feel of the beat. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I'll play a beat first, and I'll get inspired based off the instrumental.
Okay.
For sure.
Dope. All right, let's go back a little bit before we go forward. Kirkland Lake.
Yeah.
All right, that's where you started, right? And that's like up there, like near Sudbury and all that shit, no?
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours north of North Bay.
Right.
Ooh.
I was born there. I moved out when I was my family moved out, me and my mom and my dad, when I was, I think, like 1.5. But I still go up. I go up like once a year, and we do this annual show and shit. And,
yes.
Yeah, it does pretty well, man. Like it packs the bar there where they would have we're the only place that would really have a hip hop show. We pack it to capacity almost every time.
That's good.
Okay. Yeah. And like, were you like the introduction to hip hop out there?
Definitely. Yeah, I was the first hip hop act up north those ways for sure. Yeah. And I've given a couple people up there like chances. Like there's this cat Bobo. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's kind of making a splash out in North Bay and stuff. And I gave him his first like stage time ever, and he's doing really good. and I'm just
That's
like proud of
impressive.
that, you know, because there's lots of talent up there, and it's sort of, you know, people only think if it's not in Toronto, if it's not in a major city, that there couldn't possibly be talent, and that just makes these kids hungrier and hungrier. Like there was a time where there wasn't so much, but there's a lot of kids up there that are just looking for an outlet.
Well,
know
you
what I
proved
mean?
that the talent is up there.
Yeah,
You proved that there's talent
Yeah.
from that area yourself.
I
So
appreciate that.
for sure, for sure.
there must be more. Like it can't be the only. I'm not gonna say a unicorn, but you know, like come on,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know. So
Yeah.
like you said, there's other people out there making their splash, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and even
Yeah,
like
we have to be more open-minded. Sorry.
no, for sure, for sure. And even like when coming here, like what were the first, like when you first started rapping and like representing Toronto, was there struggles like?
Yeah, like I moved around a lot. Like I came to Toronto first when I moved out of Kirkland. Then my mom and dad split. We were in London, and then we came back to my Nona's apartment in like the Danforth area.
Right.
And I grew up there for a while, and then I moved to Pickering. And yeah, there was a struggle because you know, you start off because when you're traveling the world, like if you don't say Toronto, even if you're in the GTA area, like they didn't understand what Pickering was. You know what I mean? They didn't know what that was. So when you're
was
trying to
new.
explain to Pickering, and they're just like, oh, okay, they give the head nod, and then you're like, to them, if they looked at it on the map, like the way the states works too, like it would be Toronto to them. You know what I mean? GTA, it's
No,
all
it's
kind of
true.
like Minneapolis, like the Twin Cities and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm like Toronto, right?
No, it's I've heard that with people like Party Next Door, or even with like former guests like AR and different people like that, AR Paisley. They're like, you go other places, you can't really say Mississauga or like.
It's crazy now though, cause it was the East Coast had its era, West Coast had its era, Dirty South had its era, but I feel like now, like 2018 going forward, I feel like it's like the North Side.
They're not going to
Right,
understand.
they won't even get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
so
gonna
you-
look at you like,
like the confused Chihuahua look.
yeah.
Yeah. May as well just say Toronto.
Yeah,
Right?
It's a lot easier when you're traveling around, and you know what? Here's where they get technical with it. Only in Toronto will they be like, there's this line and blah blah blah. But I mean, to the rest of the world, it's like, yeah, like if you look at the map, like you know, that's what you would claim
That's the word is
internationally.
being
you know?
greedy with our shine. That's
Yeah.
all it is. We're just being greedy with it. We want
Yeah,
all of
rightly
it.
so. It's a
We want
great
all the
city,
shine.
man. Yeah,
Facts.
Give us all the shine in Toronto. No, nobody else.
Yeah.
Send it all to Toronto.
Yeah.
We want it all.
I'm definitely not ashamed though. Like you know what I mean? Like I rep the East Side proper, and I'm not ashamed of the 905 and the ends, and you know, there's been some movements coming out of there. And shout out to Peter Jackson. You know,
Yes.
he makes a big splash, and
Alumni.
yeah, he's you know, he made it cool to be from those ends. He definitely paved the way in that sense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like you started with the battling too, with the KOTD and you
Yep.
know Beast Mode and different battle leagues and stuff, right?
That's where I must have seen before.
Yeah.
It's beast mode.
Right. You had and I don't want to get into battling yet, but you had like a twin battle that I seen online on Beast Mode.
Why are your punchlines so simple and played for? And real talk, Nose is always coming up and saying that I'm greasy. Saying Stitch, I think you're sick, you make this shit look easy. Stay
Like
Yeah, me and Payday.
yeah,
against Notes and Bully.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Now, with all the battling now, as somebody who wanted to become or wants to be and is a recording artist,
Yeah.
did you ever come with that struggle where it's like, I'm trying to keep some battle rhymes and I want to keep some of these for my records?
That's a definite thing. Actually, it's funny you say that. Yeah, that used to happen all the time where you'd come up with a bar, and because a lot of people came up just battling, like they didn't have a big history in being an artist. You know, what I mean? It was a lot harder to be an artist back then.
Yeah,
because I started really young, and that was the time still trying to find a studio was difficult. And trying to get a stage time, especially I was like 16, 17.
Oh, for sure. No one
So
takes
I
you
was
serious.
underage white rapper trying to perform. Like it was nearly impossible, right?
Right.
So yeah, when I started battle rapping, I already had a history of I'd been performing and recording artists for like 4 or 5 years before that.
Yeah.
So I always had that struggle where I'm like, I'd come up with a hot bar and I'd be like, I don't
Save
know.
it for the battle or put it in the track?
What am I gonna get more out of it with? Am I gonna get more out of it hearing it on the song, or maybe getting that crazy crowd reaction, like that hip hop ain't that a lives in girl stomach line I had, like I really wanted to use that on the track, but I used it in a battle, and then I think it secured me the win in that battle. So
is it not possible to reuse battle bars on a song? Is that taboo?
and as a battle rapper and an artist, I would say don't. I would say keep it separate. Like, for instance, Cannabis came and battled Diz, and his whole second round, he just spit, I think, second round knockout.
Let me spit my shit. Nah, fuck that. I'ma just spit my my shit from the top the way that I was rehearsing it.
I believe.
Oh my friggin'.
And it was like just one of the like, and, you know, Cannabis is a legend, but it was just for battle rap fans, it was such a cringe-worthy moment.
Yeah,
you know what
like
I mean?
when you pull out the notepad.
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
stuff
So
like that.
we say no to that. Like, you know what? Good lyricists can come up with bars, so it's not that big of a struggle. So just write something fresh. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been typecasted as a rapper? Though you're just a battle rapper, like that's what people expect
Yeah,
from you, just
yeah,
battle
for sure.
rap.
Yeah, definitely. And even when you try to progress and you try to kind of adapt to the new scene, because no one wants to stay old. You want to stay relevant, right? So
Yeah.
like I definitely do a lot of experimental. I'm sort of all over the place actually. Like I got EDM stuff. I got.
I wanna wake up. 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 I just wanna wake up.
I kill Stitch Bars series. I do all over. I do R&B. But yeah, like a lot of collabs I get and stuff. They always want 90% of the time they want that Stitch.
Yeah.
That Stitch Bars like.
My work crazy, the bosses with the perp raise me. Now Stitch next to presidential like the first lady. Ain't satisfied till everybody on the earth laying face up. Fuck it, I'm hungry as when they first paid me. Slumdog can get your son robbed quickly. Sons all shifty, stop it like you run on empty.
Yo, kill this 16, you know? And they'll send me like a DJ Premier type beat, instrumental, and you know?
Something to destroy.
Yeah. Which is like I came up on that, so that's always fun to me, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I also have a good time like writing, you know, songwriting and trying to experiment and break out of the box. Like, I enjoy that too.
Yeah. And even like, what was your battle prep like?
Battle prep was crazy, like, and that's kind of also a reason I stopped. And I still got mad love for the scene, and Ganic, those guys are all my brothers, and he put me on when I was really young, and I always got forever love for that, you know. But
Alumni.
yeah, but yeah, prep was crazy, and actually I felt like I wasn't doing as much music at the time.
Right.
Like when I was doing battle rap, you're kind of just you're so worried about that gladiator match in the ring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you kind of prep, all your time goes to that, and I felt like I wasn't doing as much on the music end, and I had more love for the music than that. So when that wasn't working for me, and I felt like I was just kind of, oh, what's the next battle going to be? And I was like, you know what? I think I shine better on track, on beat. I'm going to stick to that. You know, my battle record too wasn't like anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like I think I had a negative record or something, right?
Okay. So you had more losses.
I think
than
I lost
wins?
more than I won. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You know, there was a time where it was based in the hands of four judges, right? Not even the whole crowd. It was
Yeah.
just four different mans. Whatever they say goes.
Goes,
Like
yeah.
that battle, the 2-on-2, I lost. Me and Payday, we lost that battle, and I felt like we smoked.
You guys
that.
lost that?
Yeah.
But
I
that's
know.
once
And
again,
shout
you
outs
know-
to Notes and Bully too, but bro, we cooked that battle and we lost. That's just that's just the way it
That's
goes.
the way it goes, especially when you say you're judging and your judgments is in the hands of four people.
Yep.
And that two of those people may have a grudge against you don't even know.
Oh,
You
yeah,
understand what I'm
that
saying?
happens all the
And they're
time.
holding in like,
Yep.
yeah, now it's my I got this motherfucker now.
Oh, that L.
And
You know
I was
what I'm
already
saying?
known doing good music and stuff like that, and you know, I went in there. They didn't want me to win because I was already kind of doing all right. Like you know, I didn't need that maybe at the time as much as the guy in front of me needed it because he didn't have anything else going on. Like you know what I mean? Like I'd win or lose, I'd go back make a good song and get
Yeah.
my little views and
what
you
you're
know,
doing.
my little fan reaction, and
Yeah.
I'd get that gratification either way without the battle rap outlet. You know what I mean?
And even with that, like you started moving into like started doing more recording artist stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Performing, getting a lot of shows and stuff like that. You started doing that track, Dr. Miami.
Dr. Miami. Yeah, we going in right now. Me and my friends, we in the ends right now. The fam get lit up, pouring out liquor. For man's in a bin right now.
For his show.
Yeah.
I was watching the shout out to Welcome to the Shot Club. You know what I'm saying? I was watching that
Yeah.
interview. You were saying how you did the song for his reality show.
Yeah, we got an opportunity. We had some connections that knew him, and he's a really right on guy. You know, I partied with him like 3 times. He's a really cool dude. But you know, really interesting guy. You know, really interesting career that he has.
Yeah.
And we had this opportunity to pitch a theme song for him. Like ultimately, it's up to the station and everything. But excuse me, we brought it to him. He loved the record. It's a really bouncy EDM up tempo track. Usually not something I would normally do.
Right.
But you know, the game's like that. When you get an opportunity like that, even if it's weird and random, sometimes just do it. Like,
Pays off.
some people be like, yo, no, that shit you sold out, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, but it's like, you know what? It's a playful song. Don't take yourself too serious. You know what I mean? If you just keep yourself in a box, people are only gonna expect that of you. And then when you try to do something else, they're gonna be like, no. So you got to start breaking those barriers and do weird stuff like that.
Have you seen the EDM crowds?
They're crazy.
Crazy.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, so when someone's telling you, no, you sold out. Okay, thank you. I guess I sold out to a bigger
the fucking
bracket of money
stadium.
in my pocket because I sold out stadiums at this point. Like, where it's hip hop, you don't see. It's hard to see a sold out thing first in hip hop really nowadays.
Yeah.
For EDM,
Easy.
boom.
Yeah.
Sold out. Quick, fast. And there's man still outside. You selling tickets, you buying tickets, buying and selling tickets.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man.
And even with Dr. Miami, like, just to stay on him for a second, you met him a couple of times.
Oh yeah. He was in the video and everything.
What's going on around this guy? Like, what's happening in his vicinity?
You know what?
Friday once in
He's
the
actually a
bubble.
lot more calm than you would expect.
Really?
You'd think he'd be like taking body shots off girls and blah blah blah. He's actually really professional, and he actually like doesn't turn up as much as you think he would.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm picturing him with like 4 women behind him
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
mad work done, and he just pops into a room like that all the time.
You know what? In Miami, he's the GOAT. In Miami, he's the god. Like we were driving down the strip, and we actually got pulled over when we were filming the video because I was hanging out the roof of the car.
Okay.
So we got pulled over by the Miami PD, and while they were giving him a ticket, he's like, "I got it, don't worry." Which is shout outs, thank you for paying for the ticket. There was just like groups of people squatted up around the car, like that's Dr. Miami, Dr. Miami. Oh my God. But then there's times here where I bring up the video and and people were like, "Oh, like who's that?" Like they don't know, right? Like so in his area for sure, but like he's huge either way.
It's new
but
for me, Dr.
Yeah.
Miami. I never heard him before right now.
He's the guy who does all the surgery for all of the fucking stars.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. He films it on Snapchat while he's like, listening to Yeezy's new album, wearing Yeezys. And,
okay. I thought
like hip hop.
I thought he was like an artist, not a surgeon. I didn't realize a surgeon. I just thought his name was Dr. Miami.
I know, that's what I said. It's a weird opportunity, right?
Yeah.
It's super weird.
Yeah,
whatever
like
you
random.
get plugged in.
Not weird, but random.
Plug in where you get plugged in.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into that's some different types of music, right?
Yeah.
You're down with Central Soldiers, which is some boom bap ass rap crew.
Yeah.
You see what we do? Who's you? Eastside, bitch. Yeah. I'm chin checking these lames, more flayed than a big necklace with a clock at the end telling y'all you got 6 seconds till I give a fuck. Got a dick so big it can lift pressures. Give a nice look at the right hook like it hit records.
So tell me, how did that connection come around?
Well, Central Soldiers actually, me and my homie Explicit, we actually started the group when we were 17 years old. So we started our own little record label. We were really independent, like it was, like I said, it was hard at the time to sort of get shine. So we just figured we're going to do it ourselves. We both had studios by the age of like 16, 17. We were running the Pro Tools and trying to do everything ourselves.
Go.
And we came up on the underground stuff. Like I came up listening to Ill Bill and friggin' nonfiction and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, we were really into the boom bap, but I just not got tired of it. But I just felt like I got really good at that area of music. That's why I wanted to just branch out. But Central Soldier's like a family.
Yeah.
It's like Wu-Tang is forever.
Yeah.
Hip Chat's the label right now, and it's a family too. And I feel like as long as me and Explicit are breathing, it's something we created. We were always the original members. We've had members come and go, but we've always been the men. So it's like,
You guys are the foundation.
yeah, as long as we're there, it's still a thing.
Yeah.
So people are just like, yo, what happened? You can Central Soldier? It's like, nah, like it's just a family.
How many at the most, while you guys had the, you said people coming in and out, what was the most that was in the group at one time?
Ooh, we had, at one point, we had like friggin' 11, 12 people.
Wu-Tang numbers.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang numbers.
Yeah, we had like crazy amounts of people, but that was an issue. That was a problem. I was way over my head because I was also like running the label and like doing everything and I was also I'm straight.
You're a
I was
manager.
also the most active artist and the manager at the time and the promoter and like doing pretty much everything. And so the problem with rappers is rappers have crazy egos most of the time.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. So when you're trying to make everybody happy and people don't want to see one person shine more than the other, you know what I mean? And that became the situation a lot of the times. And people just kind of either fell out of love with it because they saw what came with it, and like they're like, I don't have the energy to do what you do, or they're just kind of salty and like, you know what, I'm gonna do this on my own,
Yeah.
which is like whatever. Like, you know, we didn't have any contracts at the time. There was nothing paper signed. It was just family. You know what I mean? So
No,
you want to go,
definitely.
go.
I could definitely relate.
Yeah.
My bad. I was like trying to hand y'all some candies and shit, like when you were
all
telling
good.
the story. This is like
That's all good.
some candies I picked up from.
Yeah, I had
the
one
spot
yesterday. Was that right?
Okay.
It's a company with candy with a Q.
Candy.
Yeah. Big up to them, yo.
And those are medicated, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
yeah.
get high while I'm popping these candies here.
Hey.
It's like 8 milligrams or something. It said on the package for candy.
200 milligram candies, THC.
No, I think it's the total for the whole thing.
Bong.
But whatever.
Quick question. How'd you get that scar, bro?
Scar's a dog bite.
Holy.
Yeah, I was 4 years old. I was getting the dog. The parents like, go check on the dog. Where's the dog? It was eating out of this butcher block garbage bag. So I pulled it out,
That's
and it just turned around and
That was
ripped
it.
my face off.
Jeez.
52 stitches.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hence the name Stitch.
Yep. That's where it came from.
Wow.
Yeah. Young when I got the stitches. Right. I was young. I got stitches.
Well,
I
that
was, like,
makes
young
sense.
Stitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they always say never interrupt the dog or anything when it's eating.
Yeah,
You
you
know
know
what? I'm
what?
saying?
We got him from the pound and everything too. Like we tried to save him, but he was an aggressive dog, and I guess I poked him the wrong time that day, and I still love dogs to this day though.
You had
It's
emotional
unfortunate.
issues.
Yeah, but it's just an accident, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I was like, my mom says I came home, I was like petting the neighbor's dog like the next day, like big bandage on my face and everything.
Yeah,
So it didn't traumatize you
No,
from, like,
no.
dogs and stuff like that.
So-
Some weird Spider-Man shit. It's like the opposite. Like it's like I love dogs. Like, yeah.
So you say you want to get more into the writing and songs, right? But then you decide to jump into this BET freestyle battle competition.
Let it ace off like Gambit, your face off, it may cause your brain lots of damage. A cakewalk who planned it could paint a perfect picture of pain. Let blood spray and wipe the stains off the canvas.
Yeah.
What possessed that when you're like, I'm not really doing the battle thing right now. I'm just, I'm focusing more.
Yeah.
So what made you decide,
It's
what?
crazy.
I'm going to go jump in there and slaughter this real quick.
Yeah. You know what? It was shout outs to Bishop Brigante because
Alumni.
he randomly tagged me it was a flyer promoting it.
Okay.
And it was just like a random flyer, and I hadn't spoken to him in a minute. Like, it's all love though. Like, we're homies from the KOTD scene and shit. But yeah, he randomly tagged me and I'm like, yo, what is this? And he's like, yo, enter this, you'll kill it. And I was kind of like, all right, like, and I sat on it for a bit. I actually forgot about it, and then he re-messaged me and was like, or I might have messaged him or something about like I noticed the date, the deadline was coming up real soon.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, and I almost freaking just flaked on it. Like, there was one night I was gonna go, the day I recorded it, I was almost just like, like I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna, I'll catch the next one type of mentality, But I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I got a verse, put on the beat,
Let's go.
selfie arm out, you know what I mean? And I laid it down, and then a couple days later, like a week later, I got a little message like, oh, you've been accepted. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how I entered it. Because Bishop tagged me in the post. I almost
And the
missed
rest-
it. Like,
the
I never
rest-
saw it or anything.
The rest is history. The
Well,
crown's,
Yeah.
the crown's in the closet.
Yeah.
But let's stay here for a second because
Yeah. I'll
there was
put it with the
levels,
others. Yeah.
right? There was levels to that, right? You had to
Yeah.
go through all these different stages. So you got past the Toronto stage,
Yeah.
right? What was that experience like, first of all?
That was an awesome day, man. Just Toronto hip hop was definitely in the building. You know what I mean? Like, just a bunch of guys you see from social media, a bunch of guys that are vets, and just like, Camo's there. Then you got 6 at 6 that's there too. And just an array of Raz Fresco, like everybody was in the building. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it was just kind of this unity, and I felt honored even just being amongst these guys, treated as an equal. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm a humble dude, and I was just even more starstruck than just like, oh, I'm coming here to kill it. But I always have in the back of my mind, like, I was bred for this shit. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it was a crazy experience, man.
Right? So what's going through your mind while you're doing the third round? Because you did the first two rounds, and then you got to the third round in Toronto. What's going through your mind while you're spitting that verse?
Excuse me. Kind of fucked up.
He's backwoods.
Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What's going through your mind while you're doing that last round verse here in Toronto over at the YouTube studio?
What was you know what? There was this big concern amongst all the battlers about the beats. And the beats were sick. It wasn't that, it was the tempo, right? I think everyone came prepared with their verse they prepared, because we all have the same sort of, rappers have the same process for something this important. You're sort of betting you're putting all your eggs in one basket type situation, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we got to hear the beats ahead of time, and everyone was kind of like, there was 3 beats, and I think there was one of them that everyone was kind of like, okay, if I get any of these beats, it's gonna be that one.
Right.
The other ones we heard them, and everyone's kind of looking around the room like, Tona had to rap on them. Respect. And that's how we all got to hear them, and we were like, like I don't know, it's kind of double timey, trappy type. Like it felt like that's what the kind of beat they were trying to push.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everyone I think came prepared for that DJ Premier type boom bap shit. You know what I mean? So I think everyone was just kind of nervous, and then I seen Turk got the purple beat. I believe it was a purple beat right in front of me. Turk went right before me. Shouts out to Turk, good dude.
More alumni.
Yeah. And he killed his verse, and I'm like that's the beat I want. That's the beat I want. And then I rolled in, and you know what? You could blatantly see like there was like some rustling of where like he must have grabbed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And pulled his record at random. So I'm just like. Grab and like I look purple beat. I was like, yes. Yeah, and then I just like friggin', you kind of have that 8 Mile moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that one chance, and you're like, fuck, and the lights are on you, and everyone's in the room like waiting for you to go, and you're just kind of like, all right, like let's go. You know what I mean? I have my bars ready, and I don't take yourself too serious again, and you just kind of let it all out.
So what was it like when you went to actually got to the States now and you're facing American rappers?
Yeah, it was the pressure's on, like right when you land, you're kind of you're like, I got the country on my back.
I was
like,
just about to say that to you. You're up in Toronto, you're up in the whole city, and Canada, everything. You're all of it. You're like, oh, you're from Canada? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, and yeah, I met the other guys too the morning of, and everyone just kind of at the beginning kind of just got that you're sizing up your competition. Like, all right, I remember you from your YouTube video. Yeah.
Them YouTube streets.
Yeah, but it was crazy, man. And I was, I wasn't really nervous. I was just more excited. Like the day of, I remember, you got guy over here in the corner, kind of going through his bars, and he kind of looks a little nervous. And you got guy over here, and he's kind of sitting there, not talking to anybody, kind of just like, I'm just sort of like walking around, talking to people. We went and got lunch. My boys rolled up. My boys Reality and Payday came in. One from Toronto, one from Calgary, just to kick it with me and shit, because I had a free room and shit. Because BT paid for all that. And they rolled up at the table, and they're like, bro, they're like, Stitch, like, you just looked like you were just ready. Like, you looked like you had taken their souls. Like, they were all sitting at the table not eating their food, because we all went out for lunch, the 4 competitors. And I was just sitting there eating shrimp ring, like 2 beers deep, just like, living my best life.
Yeah.
They were more nervous than you were.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thinking, Canada come with that fire.
And it was hot as
Gotta watch out for that Canadian fire.
It was
in
so
LA,
hot
right?
that day. Yeah, like they've been having a lot of hot weather lately, and we caught it. It was a really hot day, and I was wearing my OVO jumpsuit. So it was like 35 degrees outside, and I'm like in a full jumper. And oh man, the sweat was beaming down. It was just temperature-wise, it was brutal. And then you're preparing for possibly the biggest opportunity of your life thus far. You know what I mean? So you're just like the heat, and then that, and you're just they're trying to break me, but no, I was okay, and I pulled through.
So you're on the stage, you're in LA, BT fucking classic going on, you know what I mean? What's going through your mind right before you pop on the stage to do your thing?
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Yep.
Because this is one of those things, it's not like a show where like you got your homie on stage to fucking save you if you fuck up or miss a word. Like that happens all the time, where you mess up a little and your boy's got you, or like he's ad-libbing you, or like the beat sometimes sounds not always the greatest, and you kind of just gets muffled. People are drunk, don't really care. But in something like that, a competition where every word counts, and it's a cappella, which we found out last minute.
Whoa.
Throw a little wrench in the process.
Yeah. It was, the whole write-up was it was supposed to be 1 beat, blah, blah, blah. We get there, they're like, no, 2 rounds a cappella.
Jeez. Nice. Let's throw a wrench in this competition.
Yeah.
Huh? Let's throw a wrench in here. These guys came ready for
we
some
were all,
beats.
bro, everyone, when we heard that news, we were just like, we weren't prepared for this, but luckily, I've got an entire arsenal of stitch bars and all that shit. So I was just like, you know what? Wait, I'm good.
Let me just pull from my book.
Yep, exactly. That's what happened.
All right, these guys aren't ready.
Yeah.
You went into the mental filing cabinet, bro.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. We Day.
Yep.
Right, just to go to another crazy stage. Right?
So that's the closest. That's a sold out. Those events are huge.
Right?
Yeah,
And we had
was,
an alumni, right? Before the question I have for that, we had an alumni that was a part of We Day, starting from scratch.
Yes,
Right?
he's a DJ.
Yeah. So We Day is like a huge event that like all these kids get to go to
Yep.
and like see all these foundations.
Kilberg is there? Kirk?
Yeah, Mark and Craig.
Yeah, Mark and Craig.
Yeah.
They
Kilberg,
started
yeah.
this thing when they're like 12 years old, man.
Yeah.
Young men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're like titans in the field.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
these,
man.
these things are fucking sold out, right?
Yeah. And
You're
you don't
there.
even buy a ticket. That's the thing. You have to earn your way in.
Okay.
So it's all like they hand select the kids that have done the most work in their community. Or
Oh, wow.
So every kid in that building, even those 20,000 kids, are like friggin' alumni.
Hand select.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
sick.
amongst
Wow.
their peers. Like
That's sick.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know. I thought it was just an event where
No, you can't
anybody
buy
could
your
just
way
go.
in.
Like,
No.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
So you have to
You
basically
can't buy a ticket for it.
you earn your way in. That's very good to know.
So 2012, you're up there with Divine Brown and the Canadian Tenors.
Yes.
Break down how the fuck that happened.
Well, yeah, the Canadian Tenors, Remy of the Canadian Tenors, actually, it was the guy that had the national anthem F up there, yeah. He,
Man added his
Yeah.
own words.
yeah, he's my ex-manager, but yeah, no, he's a good guy, just, he had a definitely dumb lapse of judgment there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was my manager at the time.
Okay.
So we were making an album together, and I actually co-wrote part of that song too, Free the Children, that we performed.
Okay.
So yeah, I got to perform it we did it 5 times, 5 different wee days, and I
Nice.
got to perform that same thing.
Wow. And you pop out there, you look super comfortable, and this is 012. What's going on that you're just like, what, you just did like a
That's the one
100
time
goals
where you're
already?
faking it. That's the one time where you're secretly like crazy dying inside. But you gotta just look comfy. You can't be up there and like vomit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And again, that's one of those situations where you're just like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up, don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Like at that many people, 20,000, you don't really see faces. You just see kind of like it's like this wave sea. It's like a sea of camera flashes, and you're kind of just like,
Yeah.
and
well,
all you can think is, don't fuck up right now. You know?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
And it's crazy because I see you're there performing and you're rapping, right? Over the TV track or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're rapping your verse over it, right? So now I'm gonna tie it into what you see now, right? You go to shows, people are lip syncing.
Right.
Milli Vanilli life.
Yeah. Like
They're
they're
living
literally
their
just
best Milli
putting on the
Vanilli.
fucking track
Yeah.
and rapping over it lightly or not at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any time when you're in front of these big crowds where that's okay?
Yes. Here's my thoughts on it. If it's something harmonizing like a hook, or like something where you know that your projection on stage, because you're jumping around, you're being all hype, it's hard to go from jumping around being hype to then breaking down some soft little, like your breath control's you're already exerted, right?
Right.
So for times that it's singing and things like that are harder to do live, unless you're just like a full-on singer, you should be. I'm talking about like a rapper,
Right.
right? When you're rapping though, like bars, I don't think you should ever have your lyrics in the background.
Okay.
I think if you're spitting, you should be rapping, always.
Okay.
But if you're singing or melodic and you're trying to catch your breath, I don't have anything wrong with having like backups and like in backup doubles in key areas of the song
Yeah.
to beef it up for a live performance. I think
sure.
that actually enhances it for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Too raw is not good. You know what I mean? Too raw is, unless it's like a close and personal thing and it's like a NOS performance or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know, then
Yeah.
you want to hear like a clean vocal. But a lot of the music these days is, you know, people are more experimental, so there's a lot more layers and it's hard to bounce back. I feel even personally like spitting a crazy verse and then going into some singing shit like right after, like you need those doubles helping you back it up.
Yeah. I
Rap.
agree.
Yeah.
How you scored a Miss Spain gig?
Well, actually, my co-manager here, Jesse Tyrell,
Shout out Jesse.
he's good friends with this guy, Ro Bradley, who I guess is really well connected out in Spain. And he performs at the Miss World every year. So we made a couple records the other day, and yeah, I definitely I got a chance to go out to Spain and perform at Miss World.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So when is that?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's early September.
Oh, so it's coming up.
It's the 1st of September. Yeah.
So it's coming. Oh, you're going
Yeah.
on a trip soon.
Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. Hopefully.
Just when summer's ending, it's gonna, you know, I'll fly out to somewhere nice and warm and and do my thing, you know.
Throw another stamp on that passport right
Yes,
there.
sir.
You know what
If
I'm
you can
saying?
get across the border, keep going, keep traveling. That's what we tell all these people when they come on our show.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
can get across,
I'm trying to, man. I love
if
traveling.
you can get across, make the most of it, man. Even if it's the UK, Man, you know, the UK is still open to you. Don't forget that.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. I actually one of the weekdays was out there.
The pound is stronger than the US dollar. Don't forget that too.
Much stronger.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. Last couple of questions. With all these places and all these different things that you've done, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned?
Be humble. Be humble is a good lesson because I believe we were just even talking about this earlier, like before the cameras were rolling. Like when you're an asshole, that shit gets around, and people know that, and people stop wanting to work with you. Like it's cool to be hard body, it's cool to like hold your street shit down, but you also got to be a businessman, and you gotta know how to handle your shit. You gotta know how to handle yourself amongst people, because relationships in this business are everything, and you can burn bridges just like that.
Facts.
Like, honestly, you can just lose everything in a second by saying the wrong shit. It happens to some of the best to ever do it. They say the wrong shit, do one little wrong thing to someone, and boom. You just got to be humble. You got to be yourself, and you can't take yourself too seriously. That's it. Like you're a person like everybody else, and don't take advantage of the fact that people love you for something that you're good at. You know what I mean? Thank them for it. Like be grateful for it.
That's jewels right there. Yeah.
definitely some jewels.
Yeah, definitely. And outside of rap, inside of entertainment, what plans? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, I'm just working on an album right now. And got a slew of like different singles that we're about to drop. And I'm just ready to push this whole wave of new music and stuff.
Okay, but like I'm saying, outside of
If you
rap.
weren't rapping.
Outside of rap.
Yeah, if you weren't rapping.
But within entertainment,
Would you act? Or?
Oh yeah, I would probably act. I'm a big movie buff. Yeah, I would. I did a little bit of background work. I was even in like Suicide Squad.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I was in that soldier scene and stuff. But yeah, I'd love to act, man, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely something I would get into. I would definitely do that if I could.
Yeah,
For sure.
Which camera man?
Yeah.
Agents, hey. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
For voiceovers, I got
Yeah.
you.
Could play back.
Hey,
Probably did a
I got that
voiceover.
villain scar too, you know.
Bam. Die Hard 5.
Yeah, you know.
Bloody
Toronto
flick.
edition.
You know what I'm saying?
Toronto edition.
Trust me. So, what's up next for Stitch?
Just like I said, dropping a slew of material, man. I'm just ready to drop a wave. It's been a minute since I've dropped like a lot of material at once, and I've been stacking and just trying to build a good arsenal of music. And I'm pretty confident right now, and I want to start getting all the stuff out. So I got a team of management right now, Hip Chat Music, that's doing it proper right now for me, and we're about to drop a bunch of gems.
Dope.
When can
Yeah.
we expect the first single?
Yeah.
Real soon, actually. We got the video filming in the next 2 weeks, and we'll probably drop it in the next 3.
Dope.
We're gonna start promotion on it soon. Yeah, actually, I think we sent you guys a little preview of it, I believe.
Yeah. I got that in the email.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be running it on the world's most smoked out podcast.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Giving
hey.
a little
We love hip
quick
hop.
preview. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So we got Stitch in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know where to find you social media wise, as well as like your music platforms and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify. On Spotify, I'm still on there as Young Stitch. Because it's just been a recent switch over. Young Stitch SS at I'm freaking blim. That's my Instagram at Young Stitch SS. That's my handle for everything actually.
Okay.
Is at Young Stitch SS. I probably should have just said that.
Yeah.
Facebook too, Young Stitch. I'm the one up there. You know,
Dope.
you'll see a painting of me. And you can find me all over there. I'm updating the SoundCloud right now, trying to just drop a bunch of new stuff for you guys.
Sick.
Dope.
Yeah.
Side question before we cut out. Did Stitches ever try to get at you?
Feds trying to come knock down my door. All these motherfuckers be straight snitching. All these motherfuckers be straight bitching. The last thing you should do is ever mention my name to a.
No.
No, he never
No.
tried to DM you or anything like, yo, I got beef.
No. You
That's
know
a
what?
reach.
Like,
'Cause he's I don't want to, don't come for me, Stitches, but he's been called a clout chaser. He gets mad for little reasons.
That he's also trying to change his ways. I seen a video recently where the man's like, I may look like a fucked up guy with the scars and shit like that, but I don't know. Maybe he's having like a life changing situation, so I don't think he's on that mad thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because you see what happened to him when he tried to roll up on the game.
On the game, yeah.
He got put to sleep, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't. You know what? I don't have any problems with them. Like I mean,
no problems.
I don't have any
Nothing
problem with
but
the
no
name thing
problems.
either. Like he wouldn't have known of me. You know what I mean? I've definitely been Young Stitch longer,
Yeah.
for sure. Like since I was 16 years old,
Timestamped.
and you know, there's proof of it online. You know what I mean? And nothing, nothing against him. I used to bump brick in your face all the time. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
We get fucked
Yeah,
up
that
and just
mixtape
be
was
screaming
hard,
in
bro.
my
That
basement.
mixtape was, the mixtape came quick.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came hard with that mixtape. That
Yeah,
mixtape was good for.
It's not like he knew of me either, so it's like I don't give a shit. He hasn't got at me yet, but
It's crazy that you guys have both heard Stitches' music. I haven't even heard
Yo,
one
the
song.
mixtape was hard, bro. Yo, the mixtape was hard.
yeah,
the
like
mixtape was hard for a good
when
3
you're in
weeks.
that mood, it goes
For a
in.
good
yo.
3 weeks, it was beating around. When
Yeah.
he came with that brick in your face.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then the mixtape dropped with like in 72 hours. The man came quick and fast, eh?
Okay.
Yo, the
well,
brick in the face and it was like 72-hour wave, like brick in your face, boom,
Yeah.
mixtape. I was like,
and he
whoa.
had the image like that was crazy with
Yeah.
the
And it was on
stitches,
that piff, so-
tattooed on his face, like the Joker smile or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, he had like the whole. He kind of did it before, like even it was more popular now. Like I remember when he came out with the face
69.
tats and the scream rap. Because if you think about it, that's Takashi right now.
6ix9ine. That
You know what
is.
I mean?
That's
That's the same
3-6-9.
thing. If you think about it, he's the guy that did that first, and when he did it, everyone was like, "Oh, like look at this guy!" Like if anything, he kind of paved the way for that face tattoo scream stuff.
Yeah. You're
He
right.
did it when
heard
he
it.
did it. People were clowning on him. Now it's kind of like expected. A lot of people do that. That
Yeah.
scream trap,
Well,
whatever it's called.
Well, shout out to fucking Stitches.
What you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
And we got formerly known as Young Stitch. Stitch in the
Stitch in the
motherfucking building.
building.
You know what I mean?
BET Freestyle Cypher King.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The crown's in the closet at home. You know what I'm
saying?
saying? With the other titles and
Yeah.
accolades.
Sits on a
You know what I'm
bunch of
saying?
skeletons.
Yeah.
The champ is here.
Yes.
It's the world's most smoked out podcast, yo. We'll do our thing later.
Yes, for sure. Thank you for coming through, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Mad respect.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
World's most smoked out podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.